Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the sensational Sentell Whiteman, and this is Sentell's Intel, the best damn sports podcast, period, the undisputed champion of sports podcasts. Welcome to the show. We're live on YouTube, episode 2 of season 9, right here with your boy, the sensational Sentell Whiteman, aka Mr. No Days Off, aka the One Man Dynasty. I do have a guest today. Y'all have to bear with us. We had a lot of technical difficulties before we got on. That's why we run a little bit late. But I'm hoping everything's okay. Um, I'm praying for the best. Although it doesn't look good right now. I'm gonna try to get my guest on here if we can, but we had a lot of issues trying to get the show started. That's why we're running late. So what we're gonna try to do is have a little review of last week's preseason NFL games, talk about some of the rookie quarterbacks that we saw this past weekend, and then we're gonna go through the college football schedule of some of the top teams in the country and kind of give our predictions, do a little win game. Hopefully, I'm just gonna get my guest back in here. I think I just lost him again. Okay, I think he's back in here. Can you hear? Okay, I think we got him. I'm gonna try to get him in here. Big Penn State fan, also an Indianapolis Colts fan in the NFL. He resides in Tampa, Florida. Really a bright, smart sports guy. I love talking to this guy. Very energetic. Kind of remind me of myself, man. Very outgoing. This is, I think, his third, maybe fourth time being on the show. So my guest today is Terrell Harrison. Let me see, can I get him up here? Hopefully we can get some audio from him. Can we hear you? Can you hear me? Do we have any audio? It says you muted yourself. It says you're muted. I can't hear you. It says you're muted. Yes, it's saying that you're muted. I don't know how that happened. Hold on. That might be on me. Hold up. Let me see can I figure this out. No, it says you're muted. No, it's saying that you're muted. Now you're frozen. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is probably what was happening earlier. We just could not get this together. I have no idea what we got going on. Um, take him back down. Hope see can he get back in here, man. But yeah, we're trying. We're gonna try to have a show today. If you guys can just bear with us, man. I know it's kind of tough. Man, it's here. College football is rapidly approaching. Got NFL training camps are just wide open right now. Got preseason games starting again tomorrow, the second week of the preseason. After we had a really good week of the first week of preseason. Yeah, I'm gonna see can he try to get back in, try to get Terrell back in here, man. I do want to pick his brain today. Big college football fan, very, very knowledgeable. So I do want to get him back in here, man. But I have no idea what we have going on with this connection. I apologize a million times over. Not very professional. I can't stand the lack of professionalism. But hey, you're in here with me. Look, you also can do comments and questions. I can see your comments right here on the screen. So if you want to get in with some comments and questions about the NFL and college football, feel free. If we can get Terrell back, I do want to talk about last week preseason games in the NFL. Obviously, starting with what we saw from Shedeur Sanders on what's that, Thursday or Friday? It was Friday night. He played really, really well, and I'm not at all surprised. And I don't think most people who know football are not surprised at all. And the question is, okay, Terrell is back. Can you hear me? Okay, let me see if I get you up here. It's still saying you're muted, and I don't know how it's saying you're muted. Okay. Okay, do I got you?
I'm good.
All right, there you go, brothers. Introduce people to yourself. Introduce the people to you.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, people. Like you said, my name's Terrell Harrison. Penn State fan, Penn State alum, down here in Tampa, Florida. Right now, pro team I like, football team. I'm struggling to support these Indianapolis Colts. They're killing me. They're killing me. But I, I'll see what they can do. If not, I might have to fill out the free the fan wagon the bandwagon application to join another team.
I I lose you. Did I lose you again?
I'm,
I think I lost
I'm
you.
here.
I think I lost you again. I think I may have lost you again. Oh man. We'll put you back in here until we can get you straightened out. Jesus Christ. Yeah, again, I'm not 100% sure what we got going on. I'm not the IT guy. I pretend to be one sometimes, but I'm trying. So yeah, we're talking about Shedeur Sanders. I don't think people who know football are not surprised at all. It was an absolute travesty that he was selected in the 5th round. And, you know, we can say whatever we want to say about that, but that's a big deal. You're costing a guy millions of dollars when you talking about a 1st round pick and a 5th round pick. Now you don't get as many opportunities. Even what he did last Friday, because he's a 5th round pick, they put him back at the 4th string. And this is a simple reason why this is. Because when you take that quarterback in the 2nd or 3rd round, which they did, you have to justify picking that guy in the 3rd round. So you have to give him every ample opportunity to win that job so you don't look bad because you took a guy in the 3rd round. Most of those contracts are guaranteed. 5th round contracts are not guaranteed. That guy, so they're not obligated to give him the reps. That's why he doesn't get the reps. They're not obligated to want him to start and win this job because they have already chosen a guy before him who's supposed to be the guy. So they're going to give him multitude of opportunities to win the job to prove them right. Even though we know they're dead wrong. We know every team that passed on him that needed a quarterback is dead wrong. We know Cleveland's dead wrong. We know Pittsburgh dead wrong. We know the Saints are dead wrong. The Vegas Raiders are dead wrong. Teams that absolutely needed a quarterback passed on a 1st round talent quarterback just to appease the power structure that is the NFL, the National Football League. And let's make no mistake about it. That's what that was. And if you think otherwise, then we have a conflict. Because 5th round picks are what we call projects. Projects get taken in the 5th round. Shedeur Sanders can be more from a freaking project than me being mistaken for a 6'5" guy. He is not a project. He is a prospect. And most prospects get drafted early. Projects get drafted late. It is clear as day. Shedeur Sanders had all the tools and all the skills on the football field to have been selected in the 1st round. It's obvious as day. It's clear as day what happened with this situation. But I thought that some other quarterbacks, and you can get into. I want to hear Terrell's. I really want to hear what Terrell had to say about Shedeur. Get his take. I haven't heard his take on this, but if you want to get in and talk about Shedeur and kind of piggyback out what I just said, I'm not gonna spend a whole show on that because I could. I've already done a live video. I've already posted a long post about it on Facebook. Everybody know how I feel about it. Everybody knows it was an effing sham. So this is where we are. So what I want to do, we can talk about Jackson Dart. Look, I thought Jackson Dart played really well. Cam Ward did some nice things. And I thought Jalen Monroe was just so. But the biggest story obviously was how Shedeur played. And I know it's just preseason. People want to kill it because it's the preseason, and I get it, and I understand it. Okay, let's try this again. Like we got Terrell back. Oh, you by yourself.
What's up, everybody?
Let's see if I can get myself back.
Finally got through.
All right, let's see what we got here. All right, There it is, ladies and gentlemen, to the left with the "We Are."
Penn State, baby.
Happy Valley. There he is. I do want to get your thoughts on Shedeur Sanders, his performance from last week, and his slide in the NFL draft.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, first let me go ahead and start with the slide. Address that. I mean, it, it was criminal. I don't know if the reports are true about him intentionally, comment, interview, but I mean, at the end of the day, he fit a lot of teams' needs, like the Giants. I'm trying to think who else needed a quarterback. I know the
Saints,
Giants needed one. I think you said the Jets.
Saints, Steelers.
Saints, yeah, the Saints. There we go. The Saints. Those two could have benefited from him. And I mean, don't get me wrong. The Giants, they got a guy in Dart. I think he'll be okay. But the Saints, they they looking rough. They looking rough. They need some. They need some. I think you could do better at quarterback right now for
And,
them. But for him to slide to five, that was criminal.
yeah, we all know. Look, I can accept Jackson Dart going for Rutgers. Me and my homeboy, another guy, we talked about Jackson Dart a lot because we kind of think he was the third guy. So they took him in that spot. So if Shedeur had already went off the board and you take Jackson Dart, I don't think we bat an eye about that. I still don't have I don't. I got a gripe, but I don't have a huge gripe with Jackson Dart. But when you take Dylan Gabriel and Tyler Shuck before Shedeur Sanders, then we have a huge problem. We have a huge problem, and that was just it was criminal, absolutely criminal. I think we lost Terrell again. Jesus, I do not. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what is going on with this connection. I have no idea because I'm not. Because normally it would be on my end because I have a lot going on right here. But man, thank y'all for tuning in and joining the show. This is Sentell. We're live on YouTube. Um, I already told you my name. The sensational Sentell Wyman, aka Mr. No Days Off, aka One Man Dynasty. And if you saw Tyler Shuck performance the other night, I mean, I know it's a preseason, so I don't want to get too carried away one way or the other because I did give Shedeur a lot of high marks for his preseason performance and Jackson Dart. So I don't want to just kill. I don't just want to kill. Um, I don't just want to kill Tyler Shook, but I think that most of us football people know that Tyler Shook and Dylan Gabriel were not better than Shedeur Sanders on their best day. on their best day. So,
Nah, especially show like the guy. I saw some of his games, and it like he was scared half the time. He like he was playing scared. At least with Gabriel, he played with some confidence. He had some decent talent around him
mm-hmm.
in his stay at Oklahoma and Oregon. But
UC
Show, he just never really. He wasn't that guy. He wasn't even just a guy. He just was not that guy.
a guy, and piggybacking on the
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel point, the fact that the reason why Dylan Gabriel was so confident because he's 32 years old. I mean, he's been in school since Barack Obama was in office, so he should have a lot of confidence and moxie and all these words that we like to use. The guy was at 3 schools in 18 years. The guy was at 3 schools. The guy was in. I I hate
He
what
was
happened in
that
my
you.
college football because yeah, he went from UCL to Oklahoma to Oregon. So this this is the new college football right
Mm-hmm.
here. This is with the COVID year, the free transfers. I cannot wait until we can get out of this COVID. I don't know when it stops. I hope it's this season because I want to see 25, 26, 27-year-old guys playing against my 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. I absolutely do not want to see that. Oh, he froze again. Ladies and gentlemen, I just apologize. I just don't know. I have no idea what is happening here. Let me get back on the screen. We can get him back in here. Hopefully, we can help. This is brutal right now. So we're gonna try to do what I have dubbed. What I have dubbed. We're gonna transition to college football, which is why you're here. I have dubbed this as Win Game Wednesday. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Yes, yes, yes. Win Game Wednesday. If Terrell can get back here, we're gonna start with his Penn State Nittany Lions and get through their schedule. Uh, hold on, sorry. I'm still working through the kinks. Hopefully, I'm not. I don't think I'm glitching, so I think I'm fine. If I do glitch, let me know. Hold up, I thought I had this. Oh, I thought I had this picked up. I apologize so religiously for how bad this has gone so far. Just bear with me. So we were going to do the win game, and we were going to do the top 25, and we were going to go through the schedules, and we were going to give out wins, we were going to give out losses, and give out predictions of how these things are supposed to go. So let's get the first team up. The number one team in the country is Texas. The Texas Longhorn comes in at number one in the AP poll that just got released today. So let's get their schedule up. Give me just a second to pull this up. Texas. Let's get the Texas schedule up, and we'll go through it, and I'll give you my predictions on the schedule. All right. Well, we know they open up with a big game at Ohio State. Obviously, Ohio State breaking in a bunch of new starters. Both teams breaking in a new quarterback. Ohio State lost a lot of people. They lost 8 defensive starters on a really, really good defense. They only returned 6 offensive starters. So it's going to be a challenge for the Buckeyes. They do recruit very well. We obviously know that. They have one of the best defensive players in the country, Caleb Downs at safety. They have arguably the best player in college football, period, at Jeremiah Smith at receiver. This guy had 15 TDs last year as a freaking freshman and 1,300 receiving yards as a freshman. All right, we got Terrell back. I'll see if we can get this thing to stay on for at least. Let me take it for at least 5 good minutes.
I updated the computer, so hopefully that'll help with me staying connected.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue is, because I'm not having an issue because normally I would see it on my end and I would just be cutting in and I would be lagging, jumping out, but I'm not really 100% sure what's happening. I apologize to the audience out there if you noticing all of that, but
Spectrum, blame it on Spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know what I even have. I don't even know what I got. But I was talking about Texas. We were going to start with Penn State, but since you cut out, we was going to start with Texas. They opened up at Ohio State. I was talking about that game just a little bit. Both teams bringing in new quarterbacks. Ohio State lost a ton of talent, but I did remind everybody they have maybe the best defensive player in college football in Caleb Downs. They maybe have the best offensive player in college football in Jeremiah Smith. So, and they bring in Julian Sand, the transfer from Alabama. We can talk. It's a big game, so we can talk about Texas Ohio State. Give me your thoughts on Texas Ohio State.
Oh, it's a big game, like you said. Archman and his time starts now. Ohio State lost a ton of talent, but like you said, they got that monster Jeremiah Smith, and they got Downs on the side. But people also forget they.
Oh, that's bad. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know. I apologize. Um, I don't know what else to do because we've tried everything and it just this connection is just not working for some reason. Uh, we're talking about Texas, Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm back. I was checking, make sure I had nothing blocked and everything. Everything's a go on my end, so I'm not sure why I keep dropping.
Yeah, I have not. I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss. I'm running a direct line to my router, so
Mhm.
and I got it. I'm not even in HD right now, which I hate. which I absolutely hate the standard definition. So I'm not sure what's going on. I apologize again, but we're gonna try to get through it. If we can just keep T on the screen for at least 10 minutes. I mean, just 10 minutes. I just want 10 minutes of his time. You just keep him on the screen for 10 minutes.
I'm
But
gonna
finish
give
your
you as
thought.
much time as I can.
Finish your thought
But
on Texas, Ohio State.
but not only did they lose, Ohio State lose a lot of talent on field, they lost a lot of coaching as well. So that makes a difference. You know, you got Knowles, he's gone. He's at Penn State now. Chip Kelly, he's the OC for the Raiders. You got Brian Hartline, he's now the new OC. You got some new personnel. So we don't know really what to expect. You know, coming out this Ohio State team. Yeah, they got Smith, they got Downs on defense, but staying from what I've been reading and hearing in some of these college football groups I'm in, he's actually fighting for his job, his spot. He's not guaranteed to be QB1. So who knows who's going to be QB1 for Ohio State?
Wow, that is a big story coming out of Columbus. Haven't heard a lot about that. That's very possible. But I'm glad you mentioned the coordinators. That is a huge deal. Not you losing all that talent and then the coordinators, because that's usually what happens when you get really, really good. You start losing your coordinators, and that's what really kind of start the downfall. Not necessarily the head coaches, that's the coordinators,
Yeah,
because you're trying to replace those guys with they don't be as good as the guys that you replace them with. So that could be an issue. Let's do what we came to do. Let's run down this Texas schedule.
absolutely.
Um, at Ohio State, I'm gonna give them half. I'm gonna give them a half against Ohio State. I'm gonna give them a half against Ohio State. Home to San Jose State, a win. Home to UTEP, win. Home to Sam Houston, win. Then they have a bye week before they travel to the University of Florida. And what should be a big time matchup. DJ Ladworth versus Arch Manning. It could be a really huge game, depending on what both teams do heading into the game. It could be a huge ball game. Um, so for Texas's purposes of this game, I'm gonna say half. I'll give them a half. That'll be a tough game at Florida. Um, Probably be a night game. No definitive time on that. But Texas at Florida. Then they're home to Oklahoma. Now Oklahoma has added John Mateer, the quarterback transfer from Washington State. Man, he's fantastic. Um, Let me get my notes out for him. Let me see, I got my notes for him. Yeah, he threw for over 3,100 yards and ran for another 800 yards. So could he be Cam Ward the second? You know, Cam came from Washington State, also went to Miami, had the huge season now at Miami, and then so now John Mateer follows Cam Ward last season, had a huge season. Now he's at Oklahoma. But Oklahoma has a lot of other issues. I don't know if John Mateer solves all of their issues. They've been bad under Brent Venables on defense, which is crazy. And the offense has been very anemic. That's why they brought John Mateer in. So I will give Texas a win. I'm gonna give Texas a win right here. Um, at Kentucky, I'll give them a win. At Mississippi State, win. Home to Vanderbilt. I give them a win. Then they're off. Then they're at Georgia. I'm not as confident as Georgia. I'm really not as confident in Georgia. But I'm not that confident in to say this is an outright win. Now, if this game was in Austin, I would say a win. But I'll go half right here. If they was in Austin, I would go win. I respect Georgia enough at home, so I won't just outright say they'll win the game. Home to Arkansas, again, a win. Home to Texas A&M. I'll give them a win there too. And then let's see what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5, 10, 10. So I got Texas at 10.5. And that seems about right. I don't know what Vegas over under for Vegas is Texas, but that seems about right to me. 10.5 wins. I see them as a 10-win football team, and that seems about right to me. They loaded with talent. Shark has done a great job of bringing in a lot of high level elite talent to the program. So I will put them there. Okay, try that. Okay, Terrell says he's gonna video chat me on here. So let's see how that works. We'll try to get him up here. Maybe you guys can hear him. All right, let's try this.
I'll say if they can't see me, that's fine. I got a face for newspaper anyway. Just if they can hear me, that's good.
I got you on the mic, so maybe they can hear you. If I can get somebody out there who's watching to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that would be fantastic. I just went through the testing schedule. I got them at 10.5. I'll get your thoughts. I'm gonna go through what I got, and then you can kind of give me. Hold up a second.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Give me a second, because I want to make sure I got. I'm gonna have to X this out. Okay, let me X this out. Cause I gotta turn you up, and I don't want to have that sound on.
Gotcha. No, I understand. Don't want that feedback.
Okay. All right. So I got him at 10.5. I got him at 10.5. So I'm gonna go through the schedule again. At Ohio State, I went half. Then they play a bunch of strubs. They play. Listen to this. Listen to this 3-game stretch. Listen to this.
I'm looking at the schedule.
Look,
I see.
At home is.
Sam Houston.
So I got 3 wins there. I got a bye week. They go to Florida. I gave them a half there. The game in Dallas, I forgot the Oklahoma game in Dallas. I did say it was at Dallas. It's in Dallas. I gave him a win, even though I do respect John Mateer, the transfer quarterback from Washington State. So I gave him a win there. At Kentucky, I gave him a win. At Mississippi State, I gave him a win. Vanderbilt, win. I went half against Georgia. Win against Arkansas. Win against Texas A&M. I came out with 10.5. So your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm probably, along the lines there as well, because in my little notes I had, all nicely typed up
for
the program. I said I got them at 10 wins. I got them at 10. I don't think they're going to go to the SEC title game, but that first game is going to set the tone for their season, like you said. They play at Columbus. I think that's going to be a tight game. It's going to be probably like a 24-20 game in favor of Ohio State. But like you said, yeah, they got the cupcakes after that game. I think Georgia's going to have something to prove because they played twice last year. Mm-hmm. And Georgia, I think Georgia, they want to send a statement to them. Like you the newcomer here. Last season was a fluke for you. So I think Georgia's really going, give them some. I got them, Florida. I'm not going to say Florida's going to outright win, but it's going to be close.
Right.
Especially if DJ stay healthy.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, he stay healthy. I got them beating Oklahoma. Kentucky, that's a win. Mississippi State, that's a win. Vanderbilt, they can talk all the trash that they want. It's still Vanderbilt.
Still
baseball school. If it was baseball, okay, but football, nah, Texas. That's Texas all day. And let me see here, Arkansas, Texas A&M. Look, as much as I'm going to say Texas A&M is going to give them a game, this is the Dallas Cowboys to college football.
Ooh, big words.
Dallas Cowboys to college football.
Big words.
Excuse me. The fan base always talks a lot, but at the end, no matter what the sport is, they don't show up. Football, they don't show up. College basketball, they don't show up. Baseball, they don't show up. So this is going to be a Texas win right here. So I got them pretty much, 10 wins. 10 wins.
That's it. That seems about right.
I'm about to say, I think they are in conversation for the playoff. I don't got them going to the SEC title game, but I think they can still be in potential. They can still get a playoff spot.
Right. Oh, 10 wins definitely get you the playoff. 10 wins definitely getting you in the playoffs. Absolutely. So let's move on. I got him at 10.5. You got him at 10. Let's move on to a team near and dear to your heart. From Happy Valley, number 2 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions. They bring back Drew Aller. Nate Singleton, one of the better backs in the country. Is this the year? I'm going to ask you first before we get to the schedule. I asked this last week. Is this the year? Ohio State is going to be, to me, Ohio State take a step back with all the changes that we mentioned earlier. Michigan quite not there yet. Is this the year Penn State wins the Big Ten?
It can be the year, but remember who the coach is.
Yeah.
James Franklin.
Right.
Like you said, we brought a lot of talent back on offense, a lot of talent back on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive coordinator Cole Nicky, he's there. He's got a year under his belt in the Big Ten, so hopefully he knows how to coach and coach better in situational football, call those plays up. The big acquisition, big splash. We went out, got Jim Knowles. He's a Philly guy, Pennsylvania native. He says this is his dream job. And, we lost Tom Allen to Clemson.
Yes.
He went back, to be close to the family, which I respect, But this is it. We got the chips all in. James Franklin has 0 excuses now. 0. Because I got the GoFundMe ready to buy him out. If he cannot get it done. Last year, we was that close to being in a title game, but unfortunately, things happen. And we're looking to make that run. He's going all in. We're going all in. We're expecting the title, but at the end of the day, James Franklin has got to produce.
If not now, then when? I'll ask another question, too, because I don't know the answer to this. Who picks up the production left by Tyler Warren? Because even with Tyler Warren last year, I just never felt like you guys had the weapons on the outside to scare people. You couldn't threaten guys deep down the field. So who are the guys at receiver that can be able to pick up the production that left by Tyler Warren?
Agreed, yeah, because a lot of guys left for the portal. We brought in a lot of guys at the portal. We got the wide receiver from USC, Kyron Hudson.
Mm-hmm.
Big body. You might remember him from his week 1 catch last year against LSU. Kind of looked like the Jumpman logo.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing well in practice. We also got another kid. I can't remember his name right now. It slips me from the portal. I think he came from one of the Sun Belt schools.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hearing he's been tearing up. But also there's this freshman that we got. I've been watching a lot of video from him. Reminds me a lot of K.J. Hamler when he was there at Penn State. his speed, explosiveness. He's a small guy, small dude, thin frame, but his route running is crisp. He can get off the line. I'm looking forward to seeing him. As far as tight ends, like you said, Warren, he's gone. Right now we gave the starting spot to Khalil Dinkins for him. I'm not saying he's no Tyler Warren. He's a better blocker than a receiver, but I can see Luke Reynolds and our other tight end Andrew being more productive in the receiving game than Dinkins. Luke, personally, I would have gave the starting spot to Luke over Dinkins, but Dinkins is the better blocker. And, we got, like you said, Allen and Singleton, they got a chance to both get 3,000 yards this season apiece. So, at the end of the day, the one got the whistle and the clipboard is James Franklin.
Right.
You got to get over that mental block, and it's going to start with the whiteout game when we play Oregon. He can beat Oregon. The rest of the schedule is favorable. Of course, we got to go to Ohio State. We got to play in Columbus. That's the only potential slip up I see there is because, let's just face it, we can play our butts off there, but they always find a way to get the game to Ohio State.
Right. But also kind of, I'm just going to mention that James Franklin is 4-19 against top 10 opponents. So
I think it's even worse, but
the top 10 is 4-19 against top 10.
Yeah.
And I just bring that up because we're gonna get into the schedule. Let's get into the schedule real quick. That's why I brought that up. So let's go through the schedule. Let me go ahead and get this. All right.
Let me bring that up.
All right. Yeah. So they're home to FIU, win. Home to Villanova, win.
Yep.
Bye week. Then they're home to Oregon, and this is why I bring up the top 10 thing. 4-19 top 10. You're at home. You gotta win this game. This is the game you have to win.
Whiteout game. Stadium pulses will be on one.
Oh, you got to win this game. Like I want Lord have. This is the one. I'm gonna pick him, but I know I'm gonna give him a half. Actually, I'm gonna give him a half. I'm not doing this to myself, so I'm gonna give him a half.
I'm picking him. The only reason why I'm picking him is because one, you got a new quarterback and Moore. He's never experienced anything like this.
Right.
And then also, what I found out, I knew one of their receivers, Stewart, he's done. He's more likely done for the year. He's like the top returner.
Evan Stewart?
Yeah.
He's hurt?
He hurt his knee in spring ball.
Uh-oh. That's huge. That's huge.
And then their other wide receiver, he's been suspended indefinitely for team rules violations. Now they got the kid, DeCorian Moore.
Yeah, big time recruit. Yes.
So they got him. So that connection, that Moore-to-Moore connection, we're going to see how that is. We got more than likely we'll probably have A.J. Harris covering Moore. Defense, they got, in the Big Ten championship game last year, we were living in the backfield. If they would have called holding, the game might have had an actual different outcome. But I'm not going to focus on that.
You can't be projecting right now. You got to stop projecting.
But I got us winning this game. I think, and the defense is going to be the difference. The defense and the crowd is going to be the difference.
Look. Everything about what you said is correct. You should win this game. Oregon got a new quarterback. The veteran team that is Penn State. You're at home. You're supposed to win this game. But, and there's always a but, James Franklin has routinely showed you that he does not win these ball games.
Yeah, but he got to start. He's got to start. They put a lot of money into the program, into the team. They rebuilding the stadium. They upgrading facilities.
Nice.
He wants to go from good to elite. It starts with Oregon.
Right.
It has to start with Oregon, or else we're going to have some conversations about his job.
So now the following week is an interesting game because Nico. I'm not going to even try to say Nico's last name. The transfer from Tennessee is out there. Deshaun Foster, I thought he did a great job last year at UCLA. They started really terrible, and they started to get a little more confident as the season started to end, and they're playing kind of well. But here's the thing. Let's say Penn State wins that big Oregon game. That's a huge game. They win it big time. Then they got to fly all the way out to the West Coast. So that's that trap game element of this whole situation. So for me, I'm just gonna put a half with the idea that I think Penn State gonna beat Oregon, but I do got a half on Oregon too because I just can't get over James Franklin in 4-19 against top 10 teams. I can't do it. So I'm gonna give it a half against UCLA.
And that's what I hate because I had a concern last year with when we played USC, and you saw how that game started out.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, we ended up pulling out.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with
Sluggish.
UCLA. That's my concern. Start time. If we get like a later start time,
that's what you want.
Like I like our chances, dominating. Well, not going to say dominating, but I like our chances better. But if we get that early start time, expect that sluggish start like you saw at the USC game. We'll probably pull it out, but that start. That's the thing.
All right, let's go home to Northwestern. I'm going to give them a win.
That's a win.
At Iowa, I'm going to go win.
Now, Iowa, that's a game that I would say it's more of a trap game than UCLA because that environment at Kinnick.
Yes.
You can kind of it's a tough. Iowa may not be a ranked team, but they always play as tough.
Right, they're not flashy. Right.
Tough. So
you going to have that? What you doing? You hedging your bet?
Not a winning. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but we're going to come out with some scars on that game. So that's why we got a bye week going into the Ohio State game.
That's a tough stretch right there. So you get the bye week, and then you have a tough little stretch here. You get Iowa, you get the bye week, you go to Ohio State. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. And again, Penn State should beat Oregon. They should beat Ohio State at home. But I can't no way in my good conscience can I pick Penn State to win this game. I absolutely cannot do that, and I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not. That's consensus. Like I expect them to play them. We always play them tough because they never blow us out. We just are play away from always winning. We always shoot ourselves in the foot, whether it be us making the wrong play or a call getting taken away. But yeah, I'm not going to go on the pass. You're going to see right here. So I expect us to get screwed in Columbus. It's going to be a close game, probably maybe a 3-point game, like a 2017 or 23-20, something like that. But I expect us, to lose that game.
All right. At home in Indiana, I'm gonna get a win. I know Cincinnati did a great job last year. The schedule is what the schedule is. They got another soft ass schedule again this year. I didn't mind them doing that. They won the game they're supposed to win, but I don't think they got the horses to be competing with Penn State on the road. So I'm gonna give Penn State a win against Indiana.
Yeah. I agree.
At Michigan State, I'm gonna give them a win.
Yeah.
At home to Nebraska, second year of the quarterback Dylan Raiola, the son of the NFL offensive lineman. Yeah, and I like the head coach. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but Matt Rule. I like Matt Rule, especially in college. I don't too many kept on the NFL, but he did a great job at Baylor, I thought. So I like him, but I'm still gonna give Penn State the win there over Nebraska at home. Rutgers, another great coach that I really like. I'm drawing a blank on him. Greg Schiano. He's a fantastic football coach, and Rutgers played way more competitive than they played since they've been in the Big Ten. But it's again, Penn State got too much talent to lose to Rutgers. But it could be a dogfight. So recapping.
I think slow start that Rutgers game, but I think at the end of the day we'll pull it out. We'll probably win like 35, 17 that game.
All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5, 9, 9. I got 9.5.
Like I said, I got 11.
He got no glasses on.
He got 11-1. Got him in the title game.
He got
in the PFP.
Who did you have? Did you have a definitive loss? Did you have a definitive loss, or just had two halves?
What's that?
Did you have a definitive loss, or did you have two halves?
I had a definitive loss at Ohio State.
Okay, gotcha. So I got 9.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5, 9. Yeah, I got 9.5. So that's you round it up. That's 10 win. I see him as a 10 win. I see him as a 10-win team. But they got James Franklin. If not now, win, my guy. If not now, win. So let's go to my team. So we got your team, and then we'll go kind of fast through everybody else and not do game by game, not kind of stop and talk about all the games. But let's go to my team, and we'll let you pick it. Let me see if I'm gonna have on the orange and blue glasses like you just had on like you just had that navy blue. White glasses on just now. Florida schedule up. So everybody wants to hear this because I made the proclamation last week. I don't know if you watched the show. Mm-hmm. I said the Florida Gators are going to the college football playoffs. Now, I didn't give a record. I didn't give a record. I just said I think they're going to the college football playoffs. So now, here we go. Can I back up what I said and put it on a piece of paper and let it chart out to reality? Okay, let me do it.
They got a chance.
Let's do it.
Like if DJ stay healthy, that's the key. He is the key to all of this.
Right.
Because last year, I was in one of my college football groups. I was telling somebody, I think this was right around Florida was like maybe around 500 or under 500. Mm-hmm. And I was like, look, put DJ in. What do you have to lose? People they call me crazy. He got his shot. What happened?
He had his flash plays. He looked like a freshman, but the team just seemed energized once Graham Mercer got hurt. And it's just like a different life to the team when he's out there. It's like when you got that guy back there, it just seemed like the defense got better. All of a sudden, the quarterback comes in, the defense gets better. How does that work? So, I just think there's energy around him. He hits him if you can keep him upright because he's been a bit injury prone, which is a concern for Florida fans, absolutely. But if you can keep the guy upright. So let's get to the schedule because I know people want to hear this because I said, and I meant what I said. So again, I'm doubling down. I'm doubling down. What's the day? The 13th. What's the 13th? What's the day? I'm doubling down. I think it's the 13th. Yes. I'm doubling down August 13th. The Florida Gators are going to couple later. Let's get to the schedule. All right. LIU, which is now you would assume, I'm making a little joke real quick. Now you would assume that LIU is in Long Island, but it's not. It's actually in Brooklyn. which is weird, right?
Crazy.
So I got a win there. Home in South Florida, win.
Yeah.
At LSU, I got 0.5. Because that's a night game in Death Valley. They do got Garrett Nussmeier. We did beat them last year at home, but I'm not going to shit on LSU at home. That is always a tough environment to play in.
But remember, the guy that we talked about before, James Franklin, meet the white version of James Franklin.
That Brian Kelly.
Raging Cajun Brian Kelly. This the white version of James Franklin.
But that's enough. As I go through as I go through the schedule, these preseason rankings too. Now that's at number 9 LSU. So if you watch me go through the schedule, listen to some of these teams and the rankings that they have. Before I do that, Darius Ellington gets in. James Franklin is allergic to winning big games. I'm not saying he can't, but he finds ways to lose them. I 100% agree.
You're not lying. That's the perfect analogy right
That's
there.
it. That's it.
Way to lose.
That's it. So Florida that week we go to LSU. The following week we at the number 10th ranked Miami Hurricane. I'll go half again.
Yeah. I'll go half on that one.
Because, I know Carson Beck, Miami got a lot of talent regardless of how bad they play. They always got talent. They just can't seem to put it together. Carson Beck looked really bad last year, but he had a great season 2 years ago. So which Carson Beck are we going to get down in Miami? Okay, then they get a bye week. Then they're at home which I want to be here so bad. I want to beat this game. The number 1 team in the country preseason, Texas. Arch Manning versus DJ Lagway. I absolutely have to find a way to be in Gainesville, Florida. I have to be in Ben Hill Griffin Stadium for this game. This is huge.
Yeah, no, it's a big game. Texas coming into the Swamp. Boy, this is like their first time in the Swamp. How long? It's been a minute. The atmosphere is going to be electric. Now, you hear it first. I think Florida can pull it off. I think they can pull it off. It might be one of those last-second games, but I think they can pull it off against Texas. I'm going half. Again, I'm going half. I do favor us slightly at home. If you put a gun to my head and I just had to make a pick, I would say Florida because we're at home. But for the purpose of the game, and I can get halves, I'm going to do a half because it's all going to equal out in a minute. I know y'all thinking, damn, that's a lot of half. Don't worry about it. It's going to equal out in a minute. It's going to get there. Okay, then we do the Texas 2-step, play Texas at home, and then we go to Kyle Field, take on Texas A&M, a team who beat the brakes off us last year in the Swamp. I'm going to be respectful. It's Kyle Field. I like Mike Elko. I'm going half again. Yeah, I'm going half again. 19 ranked. That's 19 ranked A&M in the preseason poll. So, okay, then we at home to Mississippi State. I'm going finally win. Then we get a bye week. We play the number 5th ranked Georgia Bulldogs. I'm going half right here. Now here's the thing, because you know what Spurrier said about Georgia.
Right.
You can count on them to have a player or two suspended, and that's what I expect. A key player to not be playing, not because of injury, not because of academic and eligibility, but because of all-field issues. Georgia, they can't do the speed limit. They can't obey traffic laws. That is the only thing that's going to stop the Georgia Bulldogs is the police.
Look, I respect Georgia, but Kirby Smart has already told you. If you watch his press conference, he's already lowered expectations. Georgia only returns 6 defensive starters, 5 on offense. We've never seen Gunnar Stockton. They have to replace. We got defensive guys that we don't know their names yet. We know Georgia keep defensive guys, but right now they had a mediocre defense by any stretch last year, and they replacing some even better guys who they lost in draft this year. So will that defense continue to sliding back? We don't know what Gunnar Stockton is. They bring in the Branch kid from USC. They brought a transfer in receiver from Texas A&M also. What is Gunnar Stockton? What is Florida? Remember. I don't know if you remember this Florida-Georgia game. Florida was leading this game before DJ Lattimore got hurt.
Yeah, they won.
And this game was down, nip and tuck, one possession game to the end. So, as much as I'm respecting Georgia from a talent standpoint, but I think if you ask me who had a better team, I think Florida has a better team. But Georgia got a lot going for themselves. They got a head coach that have been there, that done that. So I gotta respect Kirby Smart. So that's why I go half there.
I go half too.
Yeah, at Kentucky, I got win.
That's easy.
I think at Ole Miss, they're replacing a lot of people defense. They had one of the better defense in the SEC. They replaced a lot of them guys. No longer Jackson Dart there. They're breaking in a new quarterback. I'm going to win there.
I like the quarterback.
Austin.
I like
Austin, yes. Austin, nice. Okay.
But yeah. Like I said, I got them winning.
Okay.
I got Florida winning.
Okay. I think at home against Tennessee, no Nico. A lot of reports coming out of Tennessee. It doesn't look good in the scrimmages. They on the mess.
It's horrible.
They on the message
board.
board.
Have to blur out just your quarterback.
Right.
When you do something wrong, that's bad.
Right.
That's bad. I never heard that.
Right. They're blasting. They blasting. Josh Heupel on the message board. They think the sky's falling, so I got Florida winning. And then at home to Florida State, who's come out with 2-10 season, I think they'll be more improved, but Florida should definitely win that game at home. So if I do that, even with the numbers I got, because I say 9-10 win football team, right? So even when I put this down, all these halves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5, 8 and a half, 9, 9.5, 9.5.
I was about to say, because I got them around 9. I got them around 9 wins, and I think they can make the CFP
right
as a 9-win
right.
team.
That's
because of their schedule.
That's what I'm. Because I'm 10-2 is a lot with the schedule. Now, can 9-3? Now that's the question. Could 9-3 get you in? That's what my faith comes in at. Like, because I think the schedule they go 9-3. I think they get in.
I get they 9-3, and also what's key, DJ's health.
Right.
He is the key to everything. 9-3, and even in their losses, if they're just competitive, like within a touchdown at least,
right,
they'll get it.
Right. And I mentioned it. I failed to mention that Georgia's preseason number 5, Ole Miss is number 21 preseason, Tennessee number 24 preseason. So that's 7. If you're counting, that's 7 ranked teams in the top 25 that are on my Florida Gators football schedule, which is the toughest schedule in college football, and it was so last year.
Arguably tougher schedule. Yes.
I have a
second year.
You're right. I have a comment. And there is Ellington again. Texas wins that game purely from a talent standpoint. I'm not sure which game he was referring to. Texas does have a lot of talent. I'll concede you on that. But I think Florida talent is not too far behind in the games in Gainesville. So, and we haven't seen Arch Manning. We can speculate what we think Arch Manning is going to be, but we've seen DJ on the football field. We've seen his impact.
We got a brief taste of Arch, when
right.
Rivers got hurt last year.
Right.
But we've seen more DJ than Arch.
Right.
So we know what DJ can do now. What's Arch going to do? Because he played against.
He played some strubs.
Yeah.
And also, you look at Texas; they already returning 7 offensive starters. So you got to factor all that in. You just gonna plug. I know Texas got talent, but when you gonna go through a schedule, they're gonna go through a similar thing. They gotta go through a tough schedule too. And they replacing 7 offensive starters. That ain't easy. That is absolutely not easy.
It's not.
So we went through our 2 teams. That kind of goes fast through some of these teams. Let's do local teams. Let's do Clemson. Cause I am high. Because you know why? They got 17 total returning starters.
Yeah.
That's 82% of the roster.
Yeah.
Starting production, I'm sorry. So let's get into the Clemson, and the schedule sets up nicely as well. So let's get into this Clemson schedule. Man, a mammoth game to start the season. I don't know if you heard about this, but it's the Death Valley versus Death Valley. It's the Tigers versus Tigers. Who is the real Death Valley? This game is 20 minutes from my house.
Oh man!
So
get there.
I might no. I won't. I ain't got no reason to be. I might go tailgate. I wouldn't go into the game, but I might be able to hear the crowd from my house. You talk about a big time matchup on an open weekend right up here in Memorial Stadium. But I'm gonna. You know what? I'm not even gonna have. I'm gonna give Clemson a goddamn outright win.
I got Clemson winning too, just because of who? Brian Kelly is the coach. And like you said, they got Clemson returning 17 starters. Klubnik, I like him. I like his confidence.
Woo.
I like the receivers he got.
Yes.
The defense.
Yes.
Clemson's always had a good defense.
Yes.
And now they got Tom Allen. You saw what he did at Penn State. And when he had, Abdul Carter and the talent around there,
yep.
I expect the same type of defense from Allen this year at Clemson.
Man, they got some dogs, Peter Woods, the TJ Parker, and then they brought the transfer over from Purdue, a defensive end who gets after the quarterback, which is what they were kind of missing last year. They didn't have a guy who could get home to the quarterback. I just think the first game of the season, LSU on the road, and I don't think. And here's an interesting stat. I think LSU done lost like 3 straight openers or some crazy nonsense like that. I don't know if it to be true, but I think this is the case.
I know they lost last 2. They lost to Florida State and USC. It might be 3 straight openers.
Yeah, but I tell you what, this is gonna be a tough place to go into. Clemson is ready to rock and roll. I was on K early in the season last year, and then he just went out and started just balling. I mean, he just started balling. Dude was like 40-some hundred yards total offense. He had over like let me get his number right. 43 total TDs. I mean, he was spectacular. He threw for 3,600 yards and ran for another 700, whatever that is. My math ain't mathing, but it's okay. He was just a beast. And I just can't see LSU in the game 1 on the road with, and then the LSU defense hasn't been great under Brian Kelly. They've been bad every year.
They have.
So let's get through the rest of the schedule. Troy at home, win. Now, a sneaky game for the Tigers is at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Haynes King and that Jamal Haynes kid can run the football. They can make this an ugly, slow down type of grind it out. Because Clemson wants to get up and down the field with all the damn weapons they got out there. If they can slow it down, make it a phone booth type game, you got to remember Georgia Tech took Georgia to the wire last year. It took a damn near miracle for Georgia to beat Georgia Tech last year.
I remember.
So I'm going to give a half right here because I really believe in Haynes King. Brett Keys, the head coach, they're a tough, physical football team. So I'm not going to just outright shit on Georgia Tech. At home against Clemson. At home to Syracuse, like what Fran Brown doing, but this ain't it. Win. They get a bye week.
I like the brother, but yeah, this ain't it.
I like Fran too, man. Fran bring a lot of energy. He just picked up a 5-star receiver, Calvin Russell from South Florida. Just commit to him. He had a 5-star receiver, so he's doing an amazing job at Syracuse, getting some talent up there. So, but this ain't it. Off week, and then they play Bill Belichick on the road. I'm going to give it – the Tar Heels have no talent. I think they'll play a little bit better because of Bill Belichick. So I give them a win there. At Boston College, we're not going to now, it could be early game. You get sleepy up there at Boston College. Chestnut Hill, it get cold. Little early start time. You might sleepwalk through the first quarter.
That's true. That's true. You know, that Boston win, it's going to get them. It's going to wake them up midway second quarter, and Clemson, they'll turn it on and pull out the W.
At home to a SMU team who made the playoff last year. I love Brett Lashley, the Kevin Jennings kid, the quarterback. He's back again, but I think we saw SMU against because they missed a lot of these teams last year on the schedule. I just Clemson at home with that front. I like Clemson.
I like Clemson as well. Like you said, I like Kevin Jennings. I heard he finally thawed out from the game at Happy Valley. He can actually hear now. He's not hearing Obama playing anymore. He can actually communicate with his teammates. But big issue with him last year, turnovers. If he can hold. If he can just cut back on the turnovers this year, SMU, they got a chance to be in the title game again. But, on defense, they still really haven't fixed the issue on defense up front. Mm-hmm. They're still small and they still lack depth. Right. So I'm going to give it to Clemson.
Right. I'm with you. Hold on. I'm thinking I'm already. Let me see about did I get ahead of you? Off. Duke. Yeah, okay, we got an off week, and then we get Duke at home. Duke at home. Florida State win. At Louisville could be tough. I'll give them a win there. Home to Furman, win. But that game at Carolina, the NC's.
That last game.
Hey now.
Like South Carolina.
Hey now.
I knew Lenoir, I knew he was going to be special, but I didn't know it was going to be that special. Like last year, I was like, he's probably going to come along, towards, midway in the year. Nah, it was like game 3. He was like, yeah, I'm going to show you who I am. Yeah, he looks like a special talent. I'm going to give Clemson a half there because I do respect Shane Beamer. I like what he's doing. It's a lot of energy around the program. So I give him a half there. And let's go tally that up. I got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and a half, 11. I got him as an 11-win football team.
That seems about right to me.
Yeah, I was about to say 11 is the lowest I had. They could go undefeated and win the ACC. Because let's be real, ACC out of the Power Four, they're probably one of the weaker ones. I'm not even going to talk about the Big 12 really.
Yeah, they only play one. They only play one ranked opponent in the ACC. That's preseason rank.
Yeah, that's what. Hold on,
that's SMU. No. Syracuse ain't ranked. I say ACC. They only got one.
Okay, yeah, ACC. I'm sorry.
Right,
ACC.
right.
I was looking at South Carolina. I forgot.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I mean, the ACC is theirs to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Put it like this: Miami, they meet Miami in the title game? That's up to Miami. That's up to Mario Cristobal and his play call and his clock management. I'll never forgive him for that. But I got Clemson and the CFP as the ACC champ.
Right, that's about sound right to me. I just like what they got, and the schedule just sets up nicely for them to make that run. Deep team with a lot of veteran comeback. I love the veteran quarterback who plays a lot of football. That's my favorite thing to do, and that's why I probably would have them ranked in the preseason number 1. And Penn State right, maybe 1 or 2. Because I'll do that. A lot of people project this, so they put Georgia, Ohio State. But to me, I won't give you that love in the preseason if you're replacing a quarterback, especially a guy who put up numbers for you and produced. I won't do that. If you got a returning quarterback who put some numbers up with some supporting cast, I put more stock into that than I will project. But anyway, let me give me one team you want to go through that schedule, and I'll give you one. I'll get one team, and then we'll probably end the show. So give me one team you want to go through a schedule on, and then probably give you one.
Let me look here really quick. I got the top 25 in front of me right now.
It don't necessarily have to be top 25, but that's fine.
All right. Hold on. Let me put the phone down real quick.
Because I'll probably do a local team. I'll probably do South Carolina. Just because I know my listeners would like to hear what they think about the Carolina Panthers. I mean, this Carolina game count. So why are you doing that? Let me pull up.
Because everybody, was. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I guess the newer generation was ready to fire the board in year 1, while the more established fan base like, hey, chill, relax. But
so you want to go through Alabama?
Yeah.
Okay.
So after seeing, their schedule, I think Bama definitely can make a return to the CFP.
Okay, let's go. You want to go through the schedule?
Yeah, we can go to the schedule.
Okay, let's go through the schedule. They open with a team from the old neck of the woods down in Florida. They open at Florida State, and this game is actually in Tallahassee. I love these big time programs playing each other at the actual stadium, not neutral site. But again, I know Alabama got a lot to prove. They got a new quarterback as well, Ty Simpson. I'm not really big on Ty Simpson. Man, I want to give Florida State some respect and go have, but I can't after 2-10. I really can't. I'm gonna get back my whole win right here. At home to ULM, win. At home to Wisconsin, win. I think we can agree. Bye week, then they're at Georgia, between the hedges.
Yeah, nighttime game. That's gonna be again, this is going to probably set the tone.
I'm gonna go half.
I got Bama.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got Bama going that game.
I'm gonna go half, man. I think both of them play some quarterbacks. I think they're more by that time. Gunnar Stockton would have been a little bit more comfortable, and he's at home. But Ty Simpson will have played a road game against a big time opponent. This schedule, this is out the gate. At Florida State, Wisconsin, not a pushover, and then at Georgia, that's a tough schedule out the gate.
Yeah, tough start.
So I got them.
And guess what? Ryan Williams will be the youngest sophomore.
Oh God, do we got to hear that again? Do we have to hear that all season? Do you know he was 17? Did you know he was 17? Did you know he was 17? Yes. 17? Yes, I do know. You told me several times. At home to Vanderbilt now. Remember Vanderbilt beat Alabama last year.
Yeah, they did. They did. But I think for Alabama, they're locked in because they've been hearing a lot of noise out of from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, probably.
I think Alabama wins. I'm not going to say they're going to put a buzz hole in them, but they win by at least 2 scores.
Revenge game. I got Bama too. At Missouri, and I'm not sure what Missouri is. Eli Drakowitz.
Yeah,
I'm not. Luther Burns gone. What's the guy that had the last couple years at quarterback? Brazilak.
He's gone.
He's gone.
They haven't named the starter yet. They got I can't remember. They brought in our guy Bo, and I can't. And they picked up somebody else like last minute. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I haven't did a lot of research on Missouri.
But I got Bama winning.
Yeah, so at home to Tennessee, I got them winning that game.
That's a W.
At Carolina, revenge game for Carolina. Carolina gave this game away last year in my eyes.
Yeah, they did.
I'm actually going to give them a loss here. A full loss.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, Carolina, like you said, revenge game. Lenore's, he's getting better. He's just only going to get better.
Mm-hmm.
I can see this loss. I can see him as a loss.
Mm-hmm. Then they get a bye week, and they're home to LSU. Interesting. At this point, knowing what I know about LSU and how LSU has done under Brian Kelly, I think it's starting to fade by this point.
They do.
I'm gonna go half though. I can't. I'm gonna go half. I can't do it. I want to go Alabama, but I'm gonna go half. LSU at home. It's probably a night game. I'm going LSU. I give them half.
Yeah, I'll go half. I'll go half for that one LSU game.
At home to Oklahoma.
That's going to be a revenge game for them.
Yeah, because Oklahoma blasted them.
They got embarrassed.
They blasted.
The Sooners offense did nothing
all season. So they play Alabama.
I think they didn't even put up 70 yards passing that game. Oklahoma was throwing it to fans because they had no receivers.
And that's like the best offensive game Oklahoma had played. They hadn't played well. Hadn't played on offense. Hadn't played. They had been rotating quarterbacks all season. They couldn't find one, and I haven't. And that's what kept Alabama out of the playoff. And I kept telling people, hell no, Alabama don't belong in the playoff. Did you see this monstrosity? They can't lose to that. I'm gonna give them a win right now. I think revenge game.
I think they win.
I'm gonna give them a win.
That's a win.
And the Iron Bowl. Hugh Freeze at Auburn so far, not a lot of huge returns on his investment, but
they've been a dumpster fire for the last 3 years at Auburn.
It's at Auburn. It's the Iron Bowl. I don't think Bama just is a great team. So I'm gonna just go a half right here. I don't just think they're gonna win outright.
I'll give Bama the win.
Okay.
I'll say they win by like 10 or something. I'm sorry, but they'll win by like a touchdown.
Okay.
But only because of the rivalry, the pure hatred for one another.
Right.
Auburn, they're going to improve a little bit, but overall, I think Bama can be in the CFP.
You got Bama in the CFP?
I think they can do it.
Let me see what I got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.5. 9. I got 9.5, but I lean more toward the 9. But I lean more to the 9 side.
I think I can give them 10.
Mm-hmm.
I can give them 10 because I can see them capitalizing on somebody's mistake and pulling out a win.
Yeah, if they get 10 wins, you get 10. You get 10 wins, you're getting in. Let me switch over to the Gamecock because we are in South Carolina, and I'm obligated to go. Since I went through Clemson's schedule, I definitely got to go through South Carolina's schedule. I would definitely hear about that. I want to hear the end of that. So let's do South Carolina, a team that went 9-3 last year, and I didn't think they had a claim for the playoffs because given the game they won and lost, so I didn't want to hear it. But Gamecock fan would tell you that they should have gotten the playoffs game last year. So let's go through their schedule this year. Okay, they have a neutral site game with Virginia Tech.
That's the win.
I'm gonna go win. They're home to South Carolina State.
That's a win.
Home to Vandy.
That's gonna be probably a little. I'll give them a win.
I'm gonna give them a win. I'm gonna give them a win too. At Missouri, Battle of Columbia. I'm gonna go half just cause weird shit happens when they play at Columbia, Missouri. As weird shit just happens. So I'm gonna go half there.
Okay, yeah, I can give them a half because I agree where stuff happens.
At home to Kentucky, I'm gonna give them a win. They broke the curse last year, losing them like 5 in a row. They finally beat them. They got a bye week at LSU.
Again, we're talking about the James Franklin of LSU, Brian Kelly.
I can't.
It's at LSU.
I can't give him a win.
That's the thing. And it's still kind of early in the season where LSU still could be good. You know, they still haven't messed anything up. I think, if anything, they could potentially get a loss here. Potentially. But again, it's Brian Kelly, so. I'm
gonna go half here. LSU, man, I just don't trust Brian Kelly right now, man. They don't play defense. They haven't played defense since he's been there. I don't like that. Then they home to Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. This is a tough stretch. So I'm gonna go half because listen to the stretch they got coming up. So I'm gonna go half right here because the stretch is about to get really, really tough. They at LSU, home to Oklahoma, they're home to Alabama. Another half for me.
Well, because I said what? Didn't I say they could beat them? I think I did.
Alabama?
I said they could beat.
They could beat them. Let me see where I don't know where I had them at. I had them lose. I had Alabama losing South Carolina. So let me turn mine to a win. Because I had them losing that game. They at Ole Miss. I'll go half there.
At Ole Miss. You know, I'll give them the W.
Off week, then at Texas A&M, I'm gonna go half here.
At Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give them a win against Coastal.
Yeah.
And then they home to Clemson. And what did I have? I had a half, so I gotta stick with a half right here. So let's see what we got them at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9. So I got them at 9 wins.
Yeah, that's what I got. I was looking at my notes. I got them around 9 wins.
Right.
9 wins minimum, 10 wins maximum. They might pull out something late.
Right.
Again.
Right.
But they got a strong case for the playoff.
Right. You get 10, you getting in. Now the 9-3 teams that's in the SEC, I think the only 9-3 teams that can get in the playoff are SEC teams. I don't think anybody else can get in with 3 losses.
Nah.
Because these strength of schedules.
I was about to say the only other team I think potentially could get in with at 9-3, maybe Illinois. That was the only other thing that I thought. You know, just based on their style of play. Mm-hmm. But, you know, like I said, 9-3, the committee will probably look to like the SEC first. Because, right. You know, the competition. So.
Right. So that's we're gonna stop right there, and you know, next show I'll get some more win games in as we get closer to the college football season. I want to thank my man Terrell Harrison for joining me, man. I know it was a struggle. We had a little bit of communication issue, but hey, you stuck it out and you made the best of it, man. I like a man who say he didn't give up. He just say we're gonna find a way to make this shit work.
Thinking outside the box, I was like, look, I'm gonna just call you on here, put me up to the microphone. We're gonna do this.
That's what I did. So you want to tell the people any final party messages before you head out of here?
Yeah, like I said, if James Franklin can't do it, I got a GoFundMe started. Please donate. We won't buy him out because I'm sick of the heartache. I'm sick of the heartbreak. This is now or never for him.
I can do all bad by myself, but I really appreciate you joining me, man. And next time, we hope that we can fix that problem because we'll get together before. Maybe we'll get together before the season over. Obviously, we'll get some more college talk, maybe some NFL talk next time you're on. But we'll definitely try to do that again. We'll try to do that again. We'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. If you even want to watch, live stream a couple games or something,
Right.
depending on your schedule, we can do that.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Pleasure's all mine,
Next
man.
time.
Take care, man.
Salute, brother. That was Terrell Harrison. I always struggle with that. Terrell Harrison, man. We had a bit of an issue, obviously, with the interview mode on my software, so we're trying to get that glitch fixed. I hope that didn't deter you. Break you away from the program. Kind of had to do what we had to do to kind of get through that. This is Sentell, the best damn sports podcast, period. The undisputed champion of sports podcast. I'm your host, the sensational Sentell Wideman, a.k.a. Mr. Know It All, a.k.a. the One Man Dynasty. This is season 9, episode 2 of the show. We just kind of ran through some of the schedules, did a little win game, and then we'll get close to the season. We'll just, we'll do a few teams daily, every show, I ain't gonna say daily, every time I come back on, I'll be back on Monday, and we'll have another show Monday, and we'll do more of that. We'll get more notes from college football. We'll have more preseason games we can talk about and digest as we steamroll and barrel our way to the beginning of the college football season, which week 0 of college football starts August 23rd. So we are right around the corner. The first full week of the season is August the 30th. And then, NFL will follow that shortly after. So I don't think I have anything else to kind of get to sports related wise. If I miss something, I do apologize. I just kind of a little agitated because of how the whole thing went today. So I'm going to bid you guys adieu. So I want to thank you guys again for watching. If you're watching, like the podcast, share the podcast, and also subscribe to the podcast. Don't just watch, like, share, and subscribe. Don't just watch. This is the only way we grow this channel. So, I salute to you guys. Appreciate all of your efforts. Appreciate the comments that I got, the few ones that I did. We'll keep doing this thing. We'll be back Monday for an not quite overreaction Monday yet, but we're getting there. So, we'll see you Monday at 6 p.m. right here on the best damn sports podcast, period. Sentell. I'll see you guys Monday.